Afternoon, everybody. How's things? Well, it's not as dark here today. It's a little bit cold, but we're quite warm in here. We've had a really good tidy up and sorted things out and made sure we've got a count of everything, so all our stock's checked. So yeah, it's all good. I just wanted to say thank you very much to people who are sending me Christmas cards and birthday cards. They're absolutely fantastic and they're all up and I'm going to save them all. They're absolutely fabulous. And you know what, it's really nice is the fact that you're actually tangling something and you take all that time and effort and then you've got the confidence to send it to me as well. And I'm so proud of you all this year. We've done a really good job, haven't we? So here we are, 94. So not far to go now in terms of our little challenge. But again, I'm going to work with a creamy coloured tile, but I have got other bits and pieces with me today. So here we go. Gel pen. And then I've also got my Brunswick pack of 24. So, you know, my fine line brush pens, because I'm going to use a few of those colours today as well. I do have a little bit of water and a brush standing by as well. So, bit creative today. It's not going to be messy though, so don't panic. We'll see how we go with it, shall we? Are we ready then? Okay. So I'm going to come in straight away with my pen. I'm working with my O2 as normal, but if you've got an O1 or you've got a 3, that's fine. Or do you know, whatever pen you've got, it's okay. The only thing I'll just say is, I know Francis, if you're going to, use a little bit of water, just make sure whatever pen you use is sort of waterproof, because if not, you put it on and it'll all sort of like fade and things. We don't want that. Okay, are you ready then? Deep breath, here we go. Go a little bit large so you can see what I'm doing. I'm not going to do my dots today on my border, but I'm going to create a bit of a string. I'm going to put it at a bit of an angle. And I'm going to sort of go, there we go, I'm going to go from here. And I'm going to come all the way down here. So I'm creating a bit of an S kind of shape. There we go. All right. Okay. So let's continue this little bit here. And let's have a look. I'm going to come around. Like so. And then I'm going to sort of come back in on myself to create this sort of little shape there. Okay? Hi there, everybody. Hi. All right. So if I turn it round, and I suppose you can see what's coming here. I know, Lorraine, it doesn't feel like Tuesday, does it? But you know what? Don't you find at Christmas, none of the days feel like the days, if that makes sense? It's a bit weird, isn't it? There we go. So I've got this sort of funny looking S kind of shape. There we go. All right. So if I focus just on the inside here for a moment, I'm just going to bring a little one in there. All right. Oh, we're the Sanntangle gang. Oh, it's lovely. It's lovely that you're all enjoying it. It really is. I mean, we've Leslie and I looked today, things like journals and stuff, and the amount that we've done over the year. Do you know, you sort of think, yeah, it's only a year. Gosh. Oh, no, Sheila. I am going to do a few grid ones in the middle of it, so don't think everything's going to be organic. It's just how they come, and I don't want to force something. It's about just, enjoying it as it comes. All right, so I'm going to I've done 4 the other side, so I'm going to go ahead and do 4 this side as well. There we are. Okay. Look at that. Oh. All right. Next bit then. I'm going to go into this bit. I'm going to create a bubble now. Look at the size of this bubble. There we are. See, I've sketched it round a little bit. There we go. Quite a large bubble. Oh, of course, Lindsay. Of course I'm going to do it on that. Yeah. Do you know what? I think what we should do is we'll all have cake of some description, won't we, by that time? even if it's Christmas cake and you're fed up of it. So I think, yeah, do it on the 30th, and we should all sort of partway through have tea and cake or whatever else it is you wanna do. Yeah, and have a bit of a birthday party. Yeah, that'd be great. Okay, so I'm keeping these sort of bubble shapes to the centre, really. I'm coming up a little bit, but you can see there where I'm getting a bit smaller as I go out. I'm not going to put too many in, maybe a couple there, look. And maybe, there we go, a couple there. Okay, I might come and put a few more in later, but for now that's as far as we're going to go with those bubbles. I'm going to, that'd be a good idea, yeah. Sing to me, but yeah. Do you know what? I never used to be the one to sing. I play instruments, not a problem, playing Happy Birthday. But no, I'm not going to be singing. All right. Okay then, so working from the top here, I'm going to come in and I'm going to create another one of those shapes. I'm going to bring it down and sort of into those bubbles. Sheila. Okay. And then another one. All right. Back into there. And then I'm going a little bit smaller. It depends on where your S shape started and how much space you've got. Oh, Denise, you've not seen it yet. You wait, we saw colour. Do you know, that is the beauty of it. It is lovely to have, the traditional monochrome, but it's nice, isn't it, to put a bit of colour in there. Okay, there we are. And then let's have another one. You see, it's got a little bit smaller as I've worked my way round. Okay, let's have a look at that in context. There we go. Okay. All right. And I'm just going to come in here, see where I've got those little gaps. Let's just fill that in with a bit of ink. There we are. Okay. So if I now turn my tile. Now this time, you see here, I've not got a massive amount of space there. So I'm going to sort of bring it a little bit further down so I can actually still bring it in within my tile. Okay. And then I can come in and I can create something that's just a little wider, because obviously I'm going to put something in these, so I don't want them too thin. You see in here, I'm just making it fit. So if yours is a little bit different or close to the edges, it's absolutely fine. Just sort of create the size so it fits on your tile. There we are. Okay. Again, I've not counted how many I did earlier. I'm just going to put some in here, so it's however many I sort of think I want to put in. See, I could do just a little one there. All right. See, then I could, fill that like with little bubbles. There we go. Maybe just a couple there. See? Oh, hey Lizzie. We can start now. You're here. Oh dear. There we are. Okay. So it's got a nice little bit of a shape, isn't it? All right. So this is, again, it's going to depend on where you've got sort of space to sort of do this, but I'm gonna sort of have a look here because I've got space here. So I'm gonna bring this out. There's a curve, and then I'm gonna bring it round. It's a bit like what I did at the beginning, but it's a little bit smaller. You see, and then pull it back round. It's getting quite narrow there. See, that looks like it's going to go down there. Okay. And let's do another. So this one's going to come from up here. And this time I'm doing it this way around. So it's gone underneath, you see? Let's go a little bit larger. There we go. Underneath. And then round, just as before. And then I'm going to bring it back underneath again. So it's very similar to this one, but this is quite chunky compared to these. They're quite small. All right, let's have another. So I'm going to bring one out this way. There we are, all in one go this time. But of course, feel free to stop and start whenever you need to. Right, I'm going to put another one here. There we are. So it's going to go underneath there, look, and then fill it underneath there. So that one I'm going to put there, little bits of light there. Okay, let's have a look at that. There we are. So it sort of stands to reason then that we're going to do something similar on the other side. But again, I can't do it sort of up here. So I'm going to work out of this one. So this, let's take it this way to start with. And again, sort of back in. Back in. I think my pen's getting a little bit tired. Might have to break open a new one. There we go. You know, once you get the hang of drawing these, they're quite nice to do, and they do tend to sort of flow off the pen. So it's worth persevering with these. There we are. See it in and around. There we go. And again, I'm just going to have, I'm just going to put a little one in there. So however many you want to put in, however many you feel like, it's not got to be completed. There we go. Okay. So back in again. Around some of these areas. Actually, I'm not going to touch this one. I think what I am going to do here is I'm going to come in and I'm just going to add in a couple of curves just to sort of create a bit of a striped area there whilst it's there. And then here, let's put a little bit of a line in, and I'm going to add one of those lovely little bobbles on. There we go. Now you can fill that in, or you can leave it blank. It's whatever you want to do. And I'm going to add some all the way down that side. Oh, hey Mary. Oh, that's nice, thank you. I know. It's been great, hasn't it? I know we're not all, actually talking, but it's really nice to all come together. We feel like we all know each other. Yeah, after all, we've spent nearly 94 hours together. Goodness me. There we are. Okay. Okay. See how that's sort of working? If I just bring that down there, you can now see where I'm heading with this. So I'm just going to add a few in. Just going to work that down there. Okay. Let's have a few coming out here. So it's just adding that little bobble on the end and then just working your way down. So that's going to go underneath there, so that's fine. And in there. Okay, and then just join them together. There we are. Okay, we might come and add a little bit more there later. We'll see how we go, okay? But for now, I'm going to just leave it at that little bit, because what I want to do is I'm going to bring just a little one out here. And this is the beauty of this tangle, is you can fill it in little places wherever you like. You can do a few, or you can do a lot. And we can, overlap them. There we go. So they just sort of add that extra little touch where you need it. Oh, Debbie, no, it's not a problem. I am looking at doing that, so there is a few plans ready for January. So, yeah, it's just, getting it sorted. It's always the case, yeah. When you say to people, I'll do it when I get time, and people sort of think, oh, right, okay, and it is truly when I get time. I have spent so many hours here, certainly this past week. I can't even remember what my house looks like. But that's good. I'm not complaining at all. It's a great thing. I'm just so pleased that you're all, enjoying it. So don't think I'm complaining, because I'm not. It's not a problem. But yeah, there are things I want to do, but obviously, my priority is getting your orders out and doing that kind of thing. So actually, I'm going to go over the top of that one. There's nothing stopping me. I can do that if I want to. I've been a rebel. There we are, look. All right. Okay, next one. Just going to add a little one in there. Okay. All right, somebody's message about that pen being dry. I think I've had one instance of that. And I had one pen. Just one, and I buy a lot of pens now. That the nib was broken, so I think on occasion, obviously it's a very rare occasion, but it's you do find sometimes pens do that. Okay, so there's, we can keep adding to this if we want to, but I don't want to do some of this on every single one. There you go, a little bit there, look. See, I can feel zingers coming on now and all sorts. Alright, not going to do that though just yet. Okay, so let's just pull it up and have a look at the centre there. Okay, deep breath with this. Alright, now again, this is a tangle that we've done before, but we've not perhaps done it this large. So I'm just going to do a band there in the middle, see? And then here, if I go a little bit larger, there you go. I'm going to create this sort of little loop shape. See, like that, little loop. And then I'm going to bring it back on itself. And I'm just going to fill that. There we go, with those little loop shapes. Now you could just fill that in with a colour if you wanted to. It doesn't matter. But I'm just going to add a bit of pattern, being that it's large. Okay, so let's do another one. This time we're going to go at a different angle. Okay, at this time, I'm just going to put some lines in. See, it's got a bit smaller as they've gone to the middle. And then the same this way, just gives it a little bit of a highlight there. And then let's do part way. Gives it a bit of a change, doesn't it? Oh, I see. I know it's a little bit funny, isn't it, doing it but we know if we want to get in our tiles, we've got to put the last few hours in. So I mean, to be honest, it's my challenge. So if you want to come along with me, that's great. But don't think you've got to do them all and keep up. But it'd be nice if you do. There we go. See, that's a solid one there. But as you know, if we come on in and we just add that little white highlight there, makes all the difference. And again, I'm just going to add a little bit of line. See, as they get smaller, you might not get all of the lines in. See, I'm just going to leave those ones blank. And again, look, I just come in and add that little highlight. See, I might even add one there, look. There we go. Let's have a look at that from a distance. There you are, look. Right. Nice. Right, so I'm going to come back to these stripes in a moment, because what I want to do is do a few more stripes. So I'm going to start with this one, you know, the very first one we did, and I'm going to create a nice curve in there, and then I'm going to follow it down and sort of around the shape there. Okay, and then I'm going to miss one, and then I'm going to do the same again. Okay, so there we go, stripes all the way down, and I'm going to miss one, I'm going to do another. All right. Great for shading them, aren't they? So we're going to use that. And then, okay, this one here, I'm just going to add some stripes there. All right. So let's have a look at that. Where we are. See, it's starting to build now, isn't it? There we go. So same here. I'm going to add in some stripes there. You see, I'm just following the shape around, not keeping them too wide. Same on this one. So I'm going to miss one each time. I just want that slight variation. There we go. There we go. And next one. Alright. Last little one. Now you might have a different amount to me. Just keep doing it. Leaving one, colouring, striping one, leaving one, striping one. So okay, colours then. I'm not going to shade it just yet. I want to add a bit of colour first. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in, I've got this lovely sort of dark pinky magenta-y colour. Excuse me. And instead of usually we colour these in black, and that's absolutely fine. If you want to carry on and you want to do that, come on in and use your black as usual. But I'm just going to use this pink just to give it a bit of colour there. Okay. If you got the lines, don't worry, because I'm not leaving these white. I'm going to colour it in a different colour. Oh, thank you, Nadia. Thank you for my birthday card as well. Lovely. You got me down to a T. Of course. There we go. And working it nice. You just going in with that brush. Now I'm going to add some shading with the pencil in a short while, so don't think this has got to be overly neat. It'll be fine. Yeah, this is just about being a bit different with it. Oh, Karen, it won't be long. It was lovely yesterday to see to see them go. So it's quite an achievement, that was. There we are. There's a little bit in there. And bits there. There we go. See, again, it's just a bit of a habit, I suppose. I'm starting at the same place each time. Doesn't matter where I get into the end, but each one has got the sort of pink at the top. Now, you don't have to do that. That's just something I like to do. I'm not trying to keep them uniform. It's just, that's one way to practice, I suppose. There we go. Just working it down. Same with these ones. Alright. Just put some colour in there. See, I'm not even trying to blend or shade or anything. It's just a block colour. Just working my way around. There we go. Alright. Almost done. Now you recall I've got some extra stripy bits that I did, in between the shapes there. I'm going to do the same with them. Just gonna bring it into the picture so it's all working together. So that's going to go underneath there. And then there's one here as well. So I was just using that space, and rather than leaving it blank with a background, which you could do, I just wanted to make it part of it. Okay. So I'm going to bring in, I've got an orangey colour. So I'm going to bring that one in, and the gaps in between, just going to fill with that orange. Now, of course, you can use whatever colour you like, or you can leave this section white if you want to. But I'm wanting to add a touch of colour today, so that's where I'm heading. Okay. It's always easier, isn't it, to colour the second sections in. It just feels like you can just go for it. Something quite tropical, isn't there, about pink and orange together? They're almost like funny stripy socks, aren't they? Yeah, Dr. Seuss, yeah. What colours are they? Are they red? Are they red, white and green? I can't remember, that's a real big thing, isn't it? So, yeah, Cat in the Hat. Oh, am I thinking of the Grinch? Yeah, not that I'm a Grinch. No, I like Christmas. There we go. Alright, so we got all that done. Okay, so I've got some blues. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to start, I've got a dark blue, sort of a mid colour, and a lighter blue. Right, I'm going to start with the dark blue. Instead of using the brush this time, I'm going to come in and use the fine tip. So let's make this a little bit larger here, and I'll start with this one here. Doesn't matter where you start, but I'm going to go from this base with a little dot. There we go, let's go a bit larger so you can see me. Alright. Oh, he's making, I wouldn't trust John. John's great at putting, like, you know, the greaseproof paper on. Okay, so I'm doing a swirl now, but instead of a regular swirl, I'm adding little bumps onto it, so it's a bit of a wobbly swirl. And of course, that's my darker colour. Now I'm going to come in with the mid colour, so I'm mixing colours as I go. So if I start one here, like a little dot, and I create part of the swirl, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of a bump on it, and then bring the swirl further round and add another bump. Bring the swirl round and another bump. See? Swirl round and another bump. Swirl round another. So it's getting a little bit random as I work my way. Let's start another one. But it's just adding these extra little bumps on. I think this next few days I've got to watch Muppets Christmas Carol. That's my Christmas go-to movie. And of course Nightmare Before Christmas. You can't have Christmas without watching that. There we go. See? This is great if you've got slightly wobbly hands because you can just let it go. Okay, lighter blue now. So, a little dot. And again, same sort of thing going on. I'm just working it round. Now it depends, you can go really large and just keep going around the same one, or you can make 2 or 3 up. There we go. So I'm going to put one there. Just let them all merge together. Okay, let's have a look at that. Yeah. Alright, so back to the darker colour, because I'm going to work in this bottom section here. Okay, and just working it round. There we go, just filling that bottom bit. I think actually while I've got the dark blue, I might actually go in and do all those base sections there. See, I'm on this side, just fill in. So of course if you're doing the regular traditional black and white, that's fine, then you'd be just doing this with your regular black pen. So it's entirely up to you what you want to do with it. Okay, let's have another one here. Just adding those little bumps all the way around as you're going. There we are. And of course I'm going to fill that bit in there. And I'm going to come back to that mid-tone. See, this is a way of blending without blending. You just, using your colours to their advantage, really. And there we go. Yeah, the only thing with baking is it gets in your mouth. You have to eat it. That's one of them things I used to do. I still do, I just don't want it. Gingerbread Christmas trees. Quite like doing them, just for the decorating, if I'm honest. Leslie. Leslie's trying to find a space to put me a cup of tea on. And there isn't one. Oh, all around me it's filled with, I've got coloured pencils, pens and my sketch pad. You know, there's no space for anything else. Oh, she's good to me. All right. So yeah, I'm still on this sort of mid-blue. There we go. Just adding that in. Let's have a little bit of one there as well. It's a really nice pattern. There's a nice tangle. And if you wanted to, you could do it as a straight, well, I say straight line, sort of as a wavy line as well. So it doesn't have to be round like this. You can do it in stripes. So that could be interesting too, couldn't it? You could do it that way. Okay, see, just, that's it. Keep it going. Alright, so it depends on, you know, how big you want to make them. You might want to keep them all quite small. Okay, I'll see, and just work your way around just as you're going. There we go. So just building it up. So I'm still in with that mid-blue. As I say, if you've done it just with your black pen, you're just working around with your black pen, no need to swap colours. Alright, in we go, just keeping going. Just working my way around. I'm going to put one in there. I think sometimes we get a little bit scared of putting colour in because we're so used to using the black and you don't really know where to start or stop. So this is quite a good one to look at. I mean, I am going to come back in with that black pen in a moment, but as a sort of a stop and starting point, you can see where it works. Okay, so I'm going to come in now with the lighter blue. There we go. And just work that in and around. And of course, if you think I don't know what colours to use, then the ideal thing is to just use one colour but varying shades of it. That's it. So I could have actually done my stripes in blue as well as these shapes, or just pick up a couple of colours, and it really doesn't matter, and just add them in, because if you're not so sure you can always go back over it and say add a bit more of the tangles and things over the top of it, whatever you want to do with it. The thing to remember with these though is they're water based, so you know, if you get a droplet on them or if you spill your tea, you could, Garth, yeah, you could. The chameleon fine liners are pretty good for this, you know, because you don't know when the colour's going to change, so you're not thinking about whether it's going to do that or not. It's you know, just swapping about. I tend to use those colour tops. I use 3 at a time, so that works quite well. So it's just about putting colours on, and I think as well. Oh, Chris, don't do that. The stripes and swirls, yeah. I know they're a bit bright at the minute. We're going to sort them out in a minute. But we've had to, you know, put something in. Yeah, just pick up some colours and try them, you know. And who'd have thought certain colours would go together? It really doesn't matter. It's just about having a go and just going for it. And at the end, it's an 8.3 centimetres square piece of paper, isn't it? So there we go. So it's as far away from Christmas as we could get. Even the little baubles don't look Christmassy anymore, which is great because I'm not after a Christmas one. All right, so I'm going to come back in with my black pen now. All right. Oh, Chris. Okay, so looking at the sides of these shapes, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull down on each one. I'm just going to bring in a line. Just on each one there. No, I'm not going to get one in there because it's almost like it's folded over, isn't it? So let's bring ones down on this one as well. Okay, and then I'm going to bring I'm just going to create almost 2 little stitches now instead of 1 down the sides. And there you go. Okay, so same on the others. So there's the one. See, I'm quite close to that edge as well. I'm not wanting to go too far into that centre, if I can help it. And then 2 little lines there. So you're getting a bit smaller down that bottom edge. So almost nothing. Okay, now we could have done this before we coloured, but as we well know, sometimes we come back in and redefine our black lines because the colour sort of takes over a little bit. So this time I chose to put the colour in and then come back in with the detail. So I'm not going to go too far, I might just leave that as 1 because it's quite narrow. There we go. Just putting the 2s in up in the top there. Right, same on this one here. See, this is quite small. So there's my 1. A couple of little bits in that top area. Okay, I'm not going to do it in that one there. I'm going to leave that one. But then here, same again. Oh, let's turn it that way. That's it, more comfortable. Okay, so a little line. Okay, and in we come with those lines. Oh no, Nadia, it is, isn't it? This is what makes the difference between just looking up a tangle, on social media or wherever, and actually working through it and seeing where it can go, because you don't get to see the little details that make the difference. Certainly when it comes to shading, it can be tricky. You really need to watch somebody that you can, you get the ideas. That's why I like to make sure in my books you've got some reference that you can use just to help you with that. Now these on their own, they're just lines, so they're not particularly the neatest lines, but this is what makes it more alive, because it's not so perfect. It gives it that sense of movement almost. There you go. Okay, let's have a look at this so far. Alright, so not looking too bad at all. These little sections here, I'm just going to bring in a line. Again, if you want to go in and put a little bit of colour in that, you can do. But I'm not colouring everything on mine, I'm just going to do those little bits. There we go. Okay. Alright, so I do think now, we talked about these extra little bits and pieces in here. I'm just going to bring in some of those. It's always worth, if you're not quite sure, just sort of building your tile and then coming back and adding to it as and when you feel that you need to. So you don't have to make the decisions all at once. It's no planning there, but you just think sometimes I might not want to do that. I might want to do something a bit different. Okay. So see, I might have one coming out here. And it's only when you've put a little bit on and a bit more added to that you sort of think, do you know what, I'm going to do a bit there as well. Yeah, so it's just behind. Okay. So in that case, I'm just going to add in now on the tops here, just where it's coming away. I'm just going to add a couple of little bubbles, not a massive amount. And any gaps, I'm just going to come in and fill in. So I'm going to do a couple there as well. Okay, there we are. And let's do a couple on this side. So you see where that's quite a dip there. Let's put a few in there. And this is great, you know, if you've got some and your lines are a little bit wobbly and you think, you know, I'm not happy with that. This is the time that you can do this and just sort of help neaten them up a little bit if you need to, you know. So I'm going to add a couple of bubbles there. That really looks like that's going behind then. Alright, and then just going to put a few down in this section here. Okay, and any little gaps we're just going to fill in. And the same there, see? There we go. Just also, you know, doing that little bit of black just helps that bit of definition down there. Okay. Whew, all right, in with our pencil then. Okay, quick sip of tea. All right, let's start in the middle and work our way out. So I think today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bit and then shade it and then use a tortillon and we'll sort of see how it develops. So here we go. My little sort of bubbles. Just going to add pencil either side. Okay, now again, you can actually do this with coloured pencils, or if you want to use your tortillon like this, you can use pastels. You see, just softening it out a little bit. And the same this side, but leaving the centre there with a bit of a highlight in it, okay? So again, do the same with these. Now these I've already put the white highlight in, so I'm just going to be careful not to go over that with my pencil, because I don't want to cover it and it go grey. But if it does, just go back over with your gel pen. Again, look, softening the edges. Okay, little bits. Hardly anything. And see these, I'm just going to add a little bit, because I've got some on my tortillon anyway. I don't really need to add any to it, just adding a little bit in there. Okay, so whilst I'm sort of in this area, I'm just going to add a little bit of pencil just around those bubbles, you see. So it's not particularly neat, but again, just coming in with the tortillon just to soften those edges off a little bit. There we go. Okay, taking it sort of almost to nothing there. Maybe just a tad more there. There we are. Okay, so if I do the same on this little section here, so again, just sort of around the bubble shapes. And then again, just soften that out. It's getting a little bit lighter, less pressure as you're moving up back. Okay. There we are. Let's have a look at so far. Look at that. So yeah, it'd be great to have colour in there, but I don't think it needs it. I think there's plenty of colour on it. Okay, back in then. Here we go. So here, I'm just going to add some pencil just in that bottom section. And then just pull up a little bit so it works its way around the shape, but not straight to the edge. We want to keep that edge with those white bits there. Okay, I'll do the same on the other side. There we go. You see, so I'm not putting a massive amount of that pencil in there. It's just enough to move it up the sides like such. Okay, so remember those stripes? I'm just going to add some pencil either side. It's sort of where I put those little dotted lines. Okay, and then same on this one and this one. Okay, and here. So just focusing on those stripes for now, either side, and even on this one I'm still going to add a little bit either side. Okay? Oh I know, Sheila, it is, isn't it? It's a bit crazy really. I think it's just a stripe. Okay, so you can see it again, I'm just softening out Now it's not going to be as vivid as, you know, on the white of the tile, or the cream, whichever you're using, but it's still giving it that little hint of shadow that we need. Alright, so I'm not going all the way to the centre, I'm just softening the edge so I've still got that vivid colour. I know, Lorraine, it's what's going to happen next. Well, maybe they tried it for themselves, you know, they're all engrossed in that, that's great. Or maybe it is a little bit too trippy, as Chris said, and you're all a little bit, got a little bit crazy. All right, so now we've done that one, I want to come in and do this one as well. Now I've done them separately today, because normally we just say, okay, let's just colour, but I wanted to make sure that you were going to get some of the pencil on both sets of the patterns there. Sometimes we say, I'll just put that down the middle, but I want to focus on each one individually. Okay, so same again. And it's just as before, it was just as if it was plain, really. We're not aiming to get any of that to the centre. We're just wanting to soften the edges. Okay. Oh no. Oh Sheila, I think you should try it. I think you should be the designated tester on a black tile. That would be cool. Do you know, yeah, it is. I mean, let's have a look at that now, just for a moment. You can see where we've used the shading and where we haven't. It really makes a difference, doesn't it? Well, let's take it to that extra step and bring in that white gel pen. All right, you know what this is going to do. We know this. So I'm going to put a line straight up the centre. And again, straight up. But you see I'm following the curve on this one. So follow it, the curve that is down the middle. Don't faff about with it. Don't sort of wiggle it about anything. You've just got to go for this from one end to the. Just take your time, because as we know, a gel pen, it won't work so well if you go too quickly. And just follow it down. Okay? All right. You did, Sheila. Now I'm just going to add a little bit there, just as that highlight. Let's have a look at that. So you can see the highlight now, and the difference it's done. So let's repeat that, but on the other side. Okay, so back in with pencil. Again, both sides. And I'm going to work on the stripes. Now we could say, oh, it doesn't matter, let's just do all together, but you know, let's follow this through. Let's remember that this isn't about the piece of artwork. This is about you relaxing and, you know, taking some time out and chilling. So just enjoy working on the single independent sections and just working on those stripes. Just don't forget to breathe as you're doing it. Hi, Angela. Yeah, we've been a bit busy, but it's all right, you can catch up later. You can come back and have a look. All right, so same as before, look, just softening the edges of those shapes there, and just a little bit. I might even come in, look, and add a little bit more there, because I can. See, if you feel it's not looking as 3D as you would like, then that's because you have not put enough pencil on. And that's okay, you can do it. You can go back and add in, it's fine. It's the taking away, it's the problem. You know, as long as you take your time, just build it up. There's no rush. You know, and even if you get to the end and you just think, oh, it don't look anything like, that's not the point. Oh, Lorraine, I know. I think they're all destined for those in some way. Do you know what though? It's a record, isn't it? It's great having the videos, but I know at some point they won't be there forever. I know that. But doing the book, it's a record. Do you know what I've looked back on this year and you think, goodness me, what we've all achieved is pretty awesome. I say we all, because it is all of us. It's not... oh, Karen. Can you really? Are you really going to put it away and save it? You are brave. I do that, I must admit. You know, if I've got presents, I will save them. I don't go looking for them or anything. It's never bothered me, that hasn't. Okay, so back in with this lovely gel pen. Oh no, did I just, let me just do that, that's it. So see here again, look back in. Straight up. So there's no faffing around with this. Once you sort of started it, you've got to go with it. Don't want to detract from it. It's got to be a single little line. And of course, you've not got a gel pen, don't worry, you could use a white pastel. So this is the tricky one, look. Bringing it all the way around. See, I'm going to sort of stop at that point there. Turn it round a bit. I know, Jackie, that's going to come in soon, isn't it? A tangle a day for the diary. What marvels we're going to create there then? So you think all these ideas that we've created, you know, you can use them in your diary. So just take little elements. Okay, see here what I'm doing now, I'm just adding a little bit of pencil just at the base of these lovely little shapes. There we are. And just working your way through. And again, tortillon, I'm just going to pull it up a little bit, just over, but not all the way. See? Just a little bit. Okay, same on this side, just pulling it over a little bit. I'm not trying to fill the whole thing, it just needs a little bit of warmth in there. Okay, so let's have a look at that. Alright, almost done. Just going to come back in with that pencil. You see here, I'm just going to add, so I'm just going to come out there. Let's go a little bit bigger. And then bring that round on itself, you see. I'm just going to fill that in. And then a little bit of pencil down there. Let's just blend that out. So again, just softening the edge. See, I'm being very, very gentle there. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on at all. Okay, there we go. And then just a little bit around these sort of little shapes. See, I'm not really going all the way along. Just again, just slightly soften. I mean, look how far away I'm holding my tortillon, because I really don't want a lot of pressure on there. Just giving it that sort of effect there. And then a little bit, look on these. There we go. You see, I'm doing it as I go, just so I can keep track. Let's put a bit in that one. And then here. So what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to just draw that shape again, but you see just underneath it. And then let's just fill that in. And then again, let's add a little bit to those. A little bit round here. So I'm going to go over that one. And then again, a little bit there. And of course yours is going to differ a little bit because you're going to have things in different places. So you can see I'm working on the bottom of the sections there. Okay. And, I mean, look, hold it further. Look, I'm right back here. Okay. Just pulling that round. Very gently, just adding that touch of softening to the edges. Okay. So then here, I'm just going to add a little bit, so I'm going over the bubbles to those. A little bit there, and then again, just little bits of those. Back in with that tot on. You'll notice, see, I've ignored the bubbles there. I'm going to have those in the background. Again, just softening up those edges. Okay, just having that little bit of level there. Okay, and then up to this section here. So here we go, a little bit there, see, just bringing it off that one there. And then just little bits underneath those. A little bit there to there. See, so I'm working sort of underneath those shapes. Just little bits. So maybe touch there. And again, just pull those. And of course, back in with that tortillon. I love how Nigel says that actually. Tortillon. He's lovely. There we go, bringing it round. And working on those. Just nice and gentle. There we go. All right, let's have a look at that. Oh, look at that. Now, of course, you know, different colours and different things is going to look different, and you're going to have different effects depending on where you put your different bits and pieces. I'm just going to come back in just with the black pen again, just once more. Okay. And remember these lines here? I'm just going to redefine those lines in between. Okay. And then just to this one. So don't worry too much if you don't catch it completely. You see, it's just the in-betweens there. So I'm just going from there to there, you know, just to sort of bring it back to the foreground there. Okay. Just nice and gently. There we go. Okay, and same on the other side. Oh, it's lovely this, isn't it? Really pleased with how this turned out. And of course, you know, when you first saw those colours, you think the pink and the orange and then the blue, and you're like, oh really? How's that going to work out? They're there, but they're not as bright as they were now. Because we've toned things down. Of course, I did the white and all the rest of it. I mean, you could actually go back in and you could add the white down the blue as well. And actually, we might go and do that so you can see what I mean. But, you know, it's just about enhancing in areas. Now, you might not see this as much, but here we go. Let's put that white highlight in those as well. But again, totally optional. You don't have to. Yeah. There we go. So it's not going to be as visual, but it's there, isn't it? It's the highlight, and you can see it. You'll see it on your own tile. There we are. Just gives it that sense of 3 dimensions a little bit more, doesn't it? Okay, let's just add that in there. All right, let's have a look at this. Oh my goodness me, look at, oh. You see, just the colours, you wouldn't expect to put them together, and then they don't now overpower it. They work together with the monochrome and with the pencil. And of course, putting the shadows, those little drop shadows on there, makes all the difference too. So, I mean, I could have even gone in, you know, with colours in the middle, or you could throw a bit of gel pen in there. But I'm sure you'd like to see it in black and white as well, because I do have one. Here we go. Let's just pull that out a touch. So there is my coloured version. Looks a bit bow-like, doesn't it? And here's my little sample that I did, just in the black and white. So you can see that it doesn't really matter which you do. They're both going to look just as lovely as each other. And of course, having that extra sort of white line would be lovely. So, okay, I'm going to leave you with that one. You know, if you can join me again tomorrow for for tile 95, then please feel free to do so. But if not, don't worry about it. I know everybody's busy and things are going on. But you can always come back and revisit it, so it's absolutely fine. But we're well on course for our tile 100 for New Year's Eve, aren't we? So really looking forward to that. But yeah, I will be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock with tile number, as I say, 95. My goodness me. And then that one will be it until next week, until after the big day's over. And we'll be doing the last few. So yeah, enjoy this one. Have fun with it. Please, post pictures that you've been doing. And it'll be absolutely lovely to see what you come up with and what colours you use. And of course, you could even, put your board around now if you wanted to as well. So yeah, have fun with it. Put your feet up, have a cup of tea. I'm going to go and finish mine. And yeah, I will see you all tomorrow, same time. All right, everybody, have fun with this one and take care. See you soon. Bye.